Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. King. I care very deeply about the auto industry.
That's exactly what I said. The headline you read, which is said, let Detroit go bankrupt.
Time when we were in the depths of the recession, when we were really right in the midst of what looked like a financial crisis, wouldn't that have been disastrous for the economy?
It would have been precisely the right thing to do for the economy.
I'm concerned when I watch a president kowtow to the union bosses by putting in place those labor stooges at the NLRB. I've taken on union bosses before. I'm happy to take them on again.
Planned Parenthood, we're going to get rid of that.
But I'm just wondering where you would suggest that the millions of women who receive their health services, such as mammograms and HPV vaccines, go.
Well, they can go wherever they'd like to go. This is a free society.
This is someone who doesn't have a core. He's been on both sides of almost every single issue in the past 10 years.
But Governor Romney has taken two positions on every issue at least.
I just think he ought to be honest with the American people and try to win as the real Mitt Romney, not try to invent a poll-driven, consultant-guided version that goes around with talking points. And I think he ought to be candid. I don't think he's being candid.
We could call him a serial flip-flopper then.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Romney. You almost called him a fraud last week, and you promised people, I think your quote was, look, you may not agree with me, but I will never con you.
I mean, this is someone who will say anything to get elected, and I think, again, people are recognizing they want the genuine article.
And you said of Mitt Romney, somebody who will lie to you to get to be president will lie to you when they are president. I have to ask you, are you calling Mitt Romney a liar?
Yes.
You're calling Mitt Romney a liar?
Well, you seem shocked by it. Yes.
Indicator that I'm doing very well is when you're attacked by Romney. And I don't know how to respond to some of it because his position may change tomorrow.
If you look at his record as governor, it wasn't totally stellar. His job production was not great at all. In fact, it was the third worst in the nation.
If Mitt Romney's an economic heavyweight, we're in trouble because he was 47th out of 50 in job creation in the state of Massachusetts when he was governor.
Well, when you go to Gaffney, South Carolina, which is one of the towns that we're going to be visiting, and again, that was one of those cities that had a business. It was a photo album and a framing business, and those people are out of work today after Bain Capital basically gutted the company, took, I believe, $20 million of profit out of it, and people lost their jobs. There's another steel manufacturer here in South Carolina. Mitt Romney's going to have a hard time coming into South Carolina and making the people here think that he's anything other than just a rich Wall Streeter who took advantage of their businesses. People lost their jobs, they lost their pensions, they lost a lot.
And the article apparently outlined in detail that Bain Capital acquired a company, in essence looted it, and then laid off 1,700 people. Now, if that's accurate, and if there are 3 or 4 or 5 examples like that, I think that's troubling. I don't think those of us who believe in free markets, and those of us who believe that, in fact, the whole goal of investment is entrepreneurship and job creation, would find it pretty hard to justify rich people figuring out clever legal ways to loot a company, leaving behind 1,700 families without a job.
All eyes are on Ohio in the final weeks of the 2012 election. And the Romney campaign hit a sour note last night at a rally in the Buckeye State. Actually, the note Mitt Romney hit was a heck of a lot worse than that. The Republican nominee, out of nowhere, told a crowd of supporters some unexpected information about auto jobs in nearby Toledo, Ohio.
I saw a story today that one of the great manufacturers in this state, Jeep, now owned by the Italians, is thinking of moving all production to China. I will fight for every good job in America. I'm going to fight to make sure trade is fair, and if it's fair, America will win.
Moving all production to China. Folks, this is a gigantic lie. Earlier this week, Chrysler's parent company announced that it is in talks to increase operations throughout the entire world. Now, as Bloomberg News reported, Chrysler referred to adding Jeep production sites rather than shifting output from North America to China. Translation, Chrysler is so flush with cash, it's looking to expand its operations to other countries, including the world's largest customer, and that would be China. Now, Chrysler's success is no smokescreen whatsoever. Today, the company announced 1,100 new jobs at its Jeep assembly plant in Detroit, Michigan. But wait a minute. Mitt Romney, he didn't say anything about that. You see, Mitt Romney would be talking about job creation then, and of course, that's something he says that Barack Obama doesn't know anything about.
I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. And I'm not what I appear to be.